Jimmy whimpered at the profusion of enormous faces that surrounded him. Their grins of Amazonian triumph frightened him and made him wish that Keosoen was there to protect him. His back bent as he sank down in the playpen and lowered his head so he wouldn't have to look up at the terrifying sneers of the witches who reveled in the debasement of men. So they know, Andrew's mind thought to itself fearfully, they must be in league with Keosoen. Oh God, help me. Look at the way they're grinning at me. What do they have planned? Oh, dear. He looks frightened. I guess he's more of an infant than Keosoens usually are. I think this little one would feel better if he had some playtime with the other babies. What do you think? Should we take him out of the playpen and let him crawl around with the others? He doesn't look like he's going to try to escape. What do you say, girls? Shall we? Asked Gail. There was general assent as Jimmy was lifted from the playpen and placed upon the floor in the corner reserved for playing infants. Jimmy crept over to the infants and watched the little ones playing there. Joey was sitting in the corner wearing nothing but a diaper as usual and was drooling heavily while he sucked on the thick red plastic teething ring that was in his mouth. Neither he nor Joey recognized each other. Andrew's mind gazed through a baby's eyes on the nursery around him. Everywhere he looked there were nothing but little diapered babies and the daycare workers. He couldn't see any means of escape that his weak muscles and tiny body could effect. The helplessness of infancy had ensnared him as surely as a leg chain around the ankles would have pinioned an adult prisoner. The other babies smiled vacantly as if they were having a good time but were too innocent to realize that there was any other state of being. Andrew didn't know that the majority of the infants with vacuous expressions were really the boyfriends of the workers in the nursery who were being punished for showing too much independence from their witch girlfriend mommies. They peed and pooped in their diapers just like the other inhabitants of the nursery and gave no clue to what they had been before their girlfriends had gone to work that morning. As a group, they were in psychic shock at their transformation into infancy. It wasn't that they had individually done anything to deserve their fate on that morning. The women had unanimously decided the week before to have a baby day for all their boyfriends or husbands to teach them who was boss in the family. The regressed men played serenely on the floor making delighted cooing and chuckling noises as they stacked blocks and made exciting noises with the baby toys. Unlike Joey, their girlfriends had regressed their minds as well so they would fit in with the other infants in the nursery. Once the day was done, the witches would remove their spells and allow their boyfriends, or husbands, to return to normal with complete memories of their day in the center's nursery. By the end of the day, they would grovel at their mistress's feet upon command, fearful that the experience could be repeated until their minds were turned into the homogeneous pap that the nursery served up for breakfast to the weaned babies. The witches found their cruelty towards their partners highly entertaining. Their coven wasn't devoted to either Wicca or Satan. Theirs was an association devoted to the worship of raw power over others. There was no religion in what they did, only a love of the destruction of another human's will. Their maternal efforts only served to demonstrate the gulf between them and their unwilling subjects. If they were kind, it was to prove that their powers were so great that they could condescend to care for the lowliest of human creatures.